Hey guys, I'm gonna show you how today how fog lights with a relay and a switch on the car, custom wiring, and custom everything basically. So you're gonna have fog lights here, with a positive and negative coming out on each one. Well, what I did here is I added the cable from positive, and I added one cable right here to a positive. That's a positive line going in. The grounds, I grounded it to the closest ground. So the fog lights are here. This positive cable I connected to our relay. It's like one of these 4-pin relays. It's 87, 86, 85, and 30. This is the accessory one. So I connected this one right here. This is the one for the switch. I use a 3-pin switch. One is for ground. The other one is for positive, whatever. So here we go. And then this one right here was going into the power, and then this one right here was going to the ground. So that's how you set up a relay with a switch, and I'm gonna show you what I did here. And the power is coming from a fuse block, which is, let me see, next page. It's a fuse block with one in right here. I got a 12-volt connection coming from this 12-volt connection is a fuse tap, so it has an end like this with the fuses here, 2 fuses, and then it's a 12 gauge wire going into the fuse block I have on my car. You're gonna see that set up in a sec. This fuse block has fuses, has 10 I believe, or 12, with male terminals coming out. You'll basically get the idea here. You'll see the one I have. So let's say it has 10, and then this thing is pairing all this. So it's giving 12 a connection to everything. So right here, the fuse tap end, the fuse taps look like with a pin and a cable. This is the fuse. This goes in the fuse components, and this is the cable coming out. So I have that here in the fuse box, and then I have this on my front under the hood. I have two. I have one in the hood and in the trunk. I prefer under the hood because it's closer to my dash, and it's just a lot. It could be neater, or it just depends on what you're working on, really. So I got it here, 12-volt wire going all the way to my center console. I got this mounted on my center console. You'll see in a sec. And then I got 12 connections. I have one for the fogs. My fogs also have what's it called, a halo on them. So I made another connection for the halo. And I got it for my seat, for the power control. I got it for some LEDs. And I got it for some RGB halos on the what's it called, the headlight itself. Wiring I have here, I got 2 relays here, and I got a negative terminal. So basically with the relays, it's gonna be over my fog lights. I have the regular fogs and I got a halo on there together. So it's 2 sets of wires coming up for each fog light. So in this case, I ground them closest where I could be, and then I got both ends of the fog lights to one positive terminal, and then I got one cable coming in through, and that's going to be one of these right here. So this is the, let's say the main fog light. They're both connected together under the hood, and then right here is the halo for the fog light, so they're both connected together. Basically, I'm gonna have these already grounded on, already connected. I just gotta do is put them to the power and to the switch, and then that's what I'm going on in here. This series of chargers doesn't have oh yeah, obviously it's a thing right here. Doesn't have the shifter, has it right here. So it's, I mean, it may make this look a little better since there's no shifter. And then I'm working with a dual. Let's see, what is this? I forgot, but yeah, it's a dual stereo, and then that's pretty much it here. tell you guys about the switch. The switch is around the rocket ones. There's 3 ends that goes for the ground. The middle's for the whatever you're switching on and off, and this one's the power. In this case, I'm gonna have this grounded to this negative terminals, while this switch where it's gonna be connected, oh shit, to the relay, it's gonna be to the white cable of the relay, which is number 86. I forget. I can't see from here. Right, so it's the side across from the ground in this case. So it'll be from the ground to the white cable, and then I also have another end. Wait, vice versa. This is the ground switch, and then I got this one right here. This will be the power for the switch that can light up. So for this one, I'm gonna have this join cables with the red cable on the relay, and they're both gonna go into a 12-volt fuse box, which is this what I made up here. Basically, it's a little sketchy. If you have better tools, if you have a lot of tools, you can make this shit look a lot of way better, make the edges nicer, holes better, these holes better. Basically, I have a switch there, get the cables coming out. The power cable is gonna go through here for each device I'm gonna add. So I'm gonna have this cable join with a switch to make one end. I'm gonna make the switch and this red cable into one cable coming under there here, and put a female terminal here, which are one of these quick disconnect ones. And I'm gonna make it here, and then this part right here in the middle, I'm gonna put the 12-volt cable coming from the fuse box. So there's an end where you can connect the fuse box, and at the end of it, it comes a fuse, and then a red cable. Join that all the way from under the fuse box in the front to go all the way down here inside, and this is it could provide power for this whole block. Cool thing about this is you can put fuses in here, and then when the lights turn on, that means it's a bad fuse. You gotta change it out. And then let's say I have my fogs here, this lights up, changes out, put a new fuse in, it works without fucking up the rest of my shit. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do one for this one's gonna be for the fogs, this one's gonna be for the halo from the headlight, this is gonna be the halo from the fog light, this is gonna be the RGB halos on the headlights. I'm gonna do this one for the seat, because I put custom seats that'll power on by default. I'm gonna have this one connected to, I want to say, the stereo. This one, the switches, I'm gonna connect to the amps. Amps to the stereo, and another 12-volt outlet, etc. You know, I would recommend this if you have a lot of lighting in your car. Like for instance, like some people have lights coming out from right here. You know, whatever. Get some badass shit like this. Connect a bunch of fucking 12-volt shit. That'd be legit. And then I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here for the switches. This is gonna be for the fogs, the halos of the fogs, the amp, and then I'm gonna add some red strips later. Not on this video, but just to get an idea what I'm doing all here. Basically, I'm gonna mount this here. Boom, make it look nice. It's gonna look like this. Just turn this shit on. Alright guys, so far I have this done right now. And I'm gonna show you right here. Basically, these two. This one's the negative, the other one's the positive. Same goes for this one. And those two positives are going through here. So once I connect the 12-volt here, it's gonna power on. As long as I put something in the middle to turn on. One's gonna be for the stereo, the other one's gonna be for the LED lights. And then I got the same for this one. I got all of them have negative terminals going in. The middle is for the what's gonna be turning on. The other side's gonna be for the ground. So I'm about to mount all this on right here, get all the wiring done. Just pretty much the final outcomes, just a little test. You see how ugly all this is? I'm about to like put some kind of plastic around it and cover the silver part, make it all look nice. Cause see all these holes stent down. But basically, here's the rough idea of what we're trying to do. I got 12 volts coming out this whole box, and then everything that's connected to is power, and I have a ground in the bottom. So this is for the fogs, this is for the halo of the fogs, this is for this switch right here. It's gonna be for a stereo. This is gonna be a 12 volt LED. This is gonna be the stereo seats, and then one of the outlets for the center console. Basically get an idea here, and then when you turn it on, boom, 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 boom. So I'm gonna show you, I have these two connected right now. This is the fog lights, the main one. Those are it. I'm gonna show you the halo. There you go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Basically, let me show you how I did everything, a rough idea. Alright, so right here I got the fuse box. I have these fuse taps with two 25 and 10 amp going in. This is just the butt connector for this wire to the 12 gauge wire. Got that all going around, and got the wire all the way in, back in there. Now the same red wire, I have it mounted, I have it going through here, and then it's right here. So this is 12 volt powering on right now, and this is everything that's gonna power up. And that's how I got to power these on. There's a fuse tap, you got a fuse block, and the cool thing about this block is that, let's say I have this on and then something happens with the fog lights, this will indicate a color and it's gonna pop up red. That means it needs to be replaced, and then basically just replace that, put it in, it'll work again. So yeah, here's a rough idea. You could do this with many other things, like I did for mine. If you have a lot of time with you can make this all look nice, all the same wiring. You can make, I gotta put like one of these circle terminals there, but this is for now, because I don't have enough for a 12 gauge. But you see what's going on here. So yeah, alright y'all guys, if you have any questions, go just comment. You can reflect this to about any other items you have. Okay, thank you.